I think
right.
we'll have to make you remake his presentation. I just checked on YouTube and
We were
that
not
wasn't
live.
live.
All right, it's too bad.
Sorry
I
about
will.
that. Seb.
We had a little issue. I was presenting, we were not live, so I will do it again. Don't worry. Hi everyone, welcome to this new member presentation event from the Blockchain Game Alliance. We are already April, and as at every end of month, we are welcoming all our new members. For those of you who are not yet familiar, the BGA is a non-profit organization that's committed to growing and promoting the adoption of blockchain within the gaming industry. We're showcasing the potential new use case offered by the use of blockchain, NFTs, decentralized gaming, DAOs, DeFi, and how they can foster new ways to create, publish, play games, earning games, build strong communities around games. We're also a strong advocate for diversity and more inclusivity of women in our industry. We've been running last week a very interesting panel with women founders and Play to Earn, and we'll be continuing to do so to highlight what they are doing in the space. We, of course, here, our core activities are around networking, offering our members ways to generate business by working together, participate in working group, establish best practice, showcase their product to the world. We represent blockchain game companies, offering them more visibility, and we advocate for adoption within our industry. I'd like to give a big thanks to all our sponsors, so NRKX, Zaya, Boston Protocol, Ubisoft, Galaxy Interactive, Chromia, AMD, Mobox, Matic, Tesos, Contribute, OneWay Block, Arc.io, Tap, Algorand, Star Atlas, TriumphX, Consensus, Animoca Brands, GamerAsh, Ampler Interactive, Non-Fungible, Illuvium, Digital Entertainment Asset, IOI, and VulcanVerse, who are all supporting the BGA and its action even more. Big thanks to them. And as you can see, we keep growing. We're now more than 200 members coming from various diverse origins, whether we are blockchain games, channels protocol, press and media, investors, developer solution, games, esports, and many others, actors, legal, and all pushing in the space for showing the potential use case of this new technology. We host almost once a week, sometimes twice a week, an event that includes interviews, workshop on various thematic, new members presentation like today, panels with industry experts, demo days, and also offering speaking opportunities at various events and conferences. Today, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome our new members. They will be presenting what their company is doing. So we'll be hosting Michael Huntington from GamePower. We'll be hosting Ogunsola Gideon from NFTSwaps, Jeff Wentworth from Curvegrid, Miguel Gomes from DApp, and Jamie Thomson from VulcanVerse. Our agenda, the event will be lasting 1 hour approximately. Every new member will get 10 to 15 minutes to present and tell you more about what they are doing. And without any further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome Michael Huntington to the stage, who will be presenting GamePower. Here, Michael, here. All right. So the stage is yours, Michael. If you wanna, sorry, Mike.
Okay.
I don't see. Okay, perfect. You're good. You can.
Okay.
The stage is yours. You can start.
Okay. So, thank you so much. I'm Michael Huntington, co-founder of GamePower Network, and on behalf of myself and co-founder Michael Rochester, thank you so much for having us here today. We're excited to get started. So first of all, can you see my screen?
Just adding your screen now.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is our hello world. This is our first presentation of GamePower to the public. So we're really excited. We're in the early stages of development right now, and really excited to share what we have so far. So let's get started. I'll start with our mission and what we have planned. Our overall mission is to accelerate the adoption of blockchain technologies throughout the gaming industry. And some of the ways we plan to do that, we want to make the blockchain and blockchain gaming invisible to users and developers. And what we mean by that is we want the transition for mass adoption to be as seamless as possible. We want developers to be able to build engaging games, fun games, without having to worry so much about the underlying technology. This is what we believe is going to help us really get mass adoption into gaming. One way to think about this is to look at the financial system. A long time ago, if you wanted to send money to someone, you had to know their bank routing number, you had to know their account number. Nowadays, if you want to send someone money, you just say, hey, what's your Cash App? What's your Venmo? We want to have that same type of easy user experience with blockchain gaming. For example, instead of a user having to know a long address for their public key, let's give them a simple gamer tag, the same way you do on Xbox or PlayStation. So these are the things that we want to do to remove that friction that we mostly see in blockchain gaming today. Also, the blockchain gaming community is really fragmented. There are amazing, great games being built right now. Star Atlas, I mean, so many great games being built, but discovery is a big issue. And so we want to try to help with facilitating a way for games to be discovered a lot better. And this one may push a few buttons, but we actually believe that we should embrace some centralized methods in order to ease users into the decentralized world. And what we mean by that is purchasing games, for example, instead of using just a token to purchase the game, maybe we can add in fiat and introduce users into the blockchain community a lot easier in a way that's understandable and bite-sized for them. So we will sort of embrace centralized in a certain way, and then teach users how to use decentralized platforms. So what exactly is GamePower? GamePower aims to be the first fully decentralized game publishing platform built on Kusama and Polkadot. We want users to be able to discover new games, freely trade their digital games, and earn collectibles with real-world value. So a part of that is allowing developers to self-publish their games with no middleman. The whole publishing process would be decentralized, allowing them to receive payments, revenue, royalties, all without a single person intervening. We also want to allow users to resell their digital games. And this is very important because every game minted on the platform is an NFT. That means that this game can be traded, sold, and it sort of acts like a license for this game. So the developer knows if my game is running on this person's computer, they own the NFT in their wallet for my game. And every sale of the game provides the developer with more revenue. So we get to introduce royalties into the game publishing process. And games that are built or use the GamePower network can live outside of the GamePower platform. So let's say in the future, another developer decides they want to build a gaming platform. A user can move their game from GamePower to the other platform, and the developer will still receive the same royalties that they would if they were still published on GamePower. This is the future of Web3. We believe interoperability is important, and there shouldn't be a one single place that controls everything. We want to be able to distribute throughout the network. So what you see in front of you now is just a mock-up of what our GamePower desktop launcher will look like, or the idea of what we have. Again, the point is to ease users into blockchain gaming. And one thing users, especially gamers, are familiar with are Steam, Epic Games. They're used to having a game library, one place where they can go to download games, find games, discover games, trade games. So we want to create a game launcher that allows users to do these things. They can purchase games with fiat, they can trade their games, they can discover new NFTs. The games that I have listed, of course, we're not partnered with any of these games. This is just a mock-up to give you an example of what it could look like. We're going to have an inventory system. We're trying to gamify the NFT model. A lot of people don't know what NFT means. They're hearing about it, but we want to gamify it. So instead of your wallet is called your inventory, and instead of a collectible is called an item. So just these are things that we're throwing around and ideas that we have to try to make it easier for new users to get into the system. So we are really in the early stages. We're moving towards a test net at the end of the year. So we have a long ways to go. And we're going to definitely talk about GamePower public platform a lot more in the future. But before we get there, we have another product that we're launching in Q3 that we want to talk about, and that's the Lootbox Collectibles Wallet. This will be a companion product alongside GamePower Network that we'll be launching first. So the Lootbox Collectibles Wallet is currently accepted into the Web3 Foundation's Open Grants Program. We're currently working hard towards our milestone 1. So we're really excited about that. And it will be an open source NFT wallet that any Substrate blockchain can connect to and utilize. This is something that we haven't seen so far on Kusama systems. And as long as these Substrate chains utilize ERC 721, ERC 1155, Remarker, or ORML, they'll be able to share NFTs between blockchains. And not only that, in the future, we plan to allow Ethereum contracts to connect to the Lootbox wallet, and also Solana. We want to try to work through all of the blockchains currently available and have a central place for users to share, find, discover new collectibles. So this is just an example of how it would work. On the home screen, you'll be able to discover and find new loot. There are going to be drops that we're going to have for some exclusive NFTs. You'll also be able to scan for loot. For example, a game developer that maybe not even published on the GamePower platform can show a QR code and allow the user to scan to claim. And for example, this is a skull collection, a metallic skull collection that an artist decided to put up as an NFT. The user scans and they can review their loot. They can find out more information on it. They can find out what blockchain it belongs to if they like. And they can add that to their loot box. And any game that decides they want to utilize these NFTs will provide an SDK to the loot box where they can pull in the user's loot and even display it within their game. So we want anyone to be able to utilize this new product that we're building. And we're going to have more information coming on about the loot box application soon. But we want to talk to developers. We want to talk to users. We want you to find out more about us, so you can visit us and follow us on GamePower.net on Twitter. Or if you want to talk to us, if you're a game developer and want to find out more information, you can email us at operations@gamepower.network. And that's my presentation. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I've asked around if there are any questions. I don't see any for now. So thank you for presenting as a BGA, and welcome as one of our new members this month. We're passing on to Jeff now. So welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Serena.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
All good, all good. So we're ready to hear from you and to learn more about your project, Curvegrid. So feel free to share your screen. Here we go, adding it now.
Perfect. Let me know when you can see.
Yes, we can see your screen. Go on to present now so that we can see on full screen.
Perfect. Okay.
Wonderful. Ready when you are.
Great. Thank you, Serena. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jeff Wentworth. I'm the co-founder of Curvegrid. We are a blockchain middleware company, blockchain software company based in Tokyo, Japan. We're founded in 2017. And our product is Multibas, which is blockchain middleware. It makes it fast, easy, and cost-effective to build on multiple blockchain platforms. What I want to do today is talk a little bit about Multibas, and I want to talk about two of our solutions that are really focused at the game community, game developers, and we're very excited to be joining the Blockchain Game Alliance and to be partnering with some of our fellow members already, and looking very much forward to helping other game developers get to market faster. So what is Multibas? What is Multibas blockchain middleware? On the left-hand side, you have your application, in this case, a blockchain-based game or a DApp. And on the right-hand side, you have one or more blockchain platforms. Everything in the middle is traditionally very, very difficult. Anybody that's tried to build a blockchain application understands that you have to deal with things like chain reorganizations, nodes going away, smart contracts, Web3. We aim to make that very, very easy. Multi-BaaS, multiple blockchains as a service. You can build any kind of DApp and very easily using our REST APIs. It's really that missing link between the blockchain game, blockchain application, and the blockchain itself. This is another way to look at it. And at the bottom, you've got the blockchain itself with the smart contracts. In the middle, you have our core platform, which you can use to build any kind of custom application. We know, though, that there's many use cases that come up over and over and over again. One of those, for example, is moving digital assets between different blockchain platforms. And that's where our multi-BaaS Looking Glass solution comes into play. It's built on top of multi-BaaS. It makes it very easy to move NFTs or fungible tokens, ERC20, ERC721, ERC1155 tokens between blockchain platforms. It's in closed beta at the moment, and we're going to launch with support for Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. The other solution that we have is multi-BaaS NFT, traditionally focused more at the art and collectible space. There's certainly some things that we can help with game developers for in-game items here. Multi-BaaS spreadsheet. I'm going to show this to you next. This is a way for not just developers, not just the 5,000 blockchain software engineers or the 25 million software engineers out there, but the 1 billion spreadsheet users to interact with the blockchain from the comfort of their own spreadsheet in real time. We think this is a real game changer for data analysis or any kind, looking at any kind of stats around digital items, NFTs, or blockchain-based games. So multi-BaaS, and then our solutions built on top of it. This is what our spreadsheet solution looks like. I'm going to show it to you in a second. But really, we're already working with some of the leading both DeFi and gaming projects to make it very easy for their teams to look at and analyze blockchain-based data right from a spreadsheet. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So we're going to look at it first in the DeFi sense, because this is very familiar to people. What we have here is we have a multi-BaaS enabled spreadsheet, which is basically connecting the spreadsheet directly to the blockchain. You can see we have these custom functions, for example, MB_getAtTime, which allows us to query a smart contract function. In this case, total supply. This happens to be an ERC20 token. It could just as easily be an ERC721 or 1155 token. And you can use all of your familiar kind of spreadsheet functionality, drag down and drag across. And what you're seeing here as these function calls are made to the blockchain, the data starts to come in. You can see that we're saying, what is the value? What is the total supply of this particular token? It happens to be Tether on July 1st, 2018. Very quickly, we can draw this kind of graph. So kind of a nuts and bolts spreadsheet 101 DeFi example. The other example I want to show you is actually with NFTs, and this happens to be amulets, which are kind of text poem NFTs. And again, you can see how what we're doing here is using this to very quickly pull all of the, where are we here? Here we go. With a single query to basically pull all of this amulet data from the blockchain very, very quickly and easily. And while this is refreshing, what I'm going to do is just show you some of the other functionality we have here. That right within the spreadsheet, you can see all of the smart contract function calls and use it very, very easily interact with the smart contract. There we go. So we've pulled all of this essentially time series data back in a single API call, a single spreadsheet function, and then we're using additional functions here to essentially enrich that information as well. So that's the spreadsheet functionality. I wanted to kind of transition this into like, what does multi-BaaS itself looks like? So this is the interface for multi-BaaS, and essentially it allows you to interact with these contracts directly, right? So you have the option to use it via spreadsheet. You've also got the option to use it right via a web user interface. You've got all the details about the smart contract, all of the state variables. You can use this to essentially call the functions directly and essentially interactively build up your REST API calls. The other thing that we have here is, for example, all of the time series or events data. So this is from the Sandbox's land contract. This has traditionally been a very difficult set of data to get. But again, single API call, we can pull all of the recent events that have been enriched with both the event data as well as the transaction that initiated that, and with all of the transaction parameters decoded for us. So again, very, very easy to use. The other thing that we can do is we can use what we call our event queries to basically build up aggregated views of all of this transaction data. So again, here's the Sandbox's land, and we're getting the current ownership of all of the land tokens, again, in a single API call. So if you're a software engineer, you're a game developer, and you're looking to really accelerate your time to market, this is a tool that we believe can really, really help you out. We'd love to speak with you. So that is our spreadsheet functionality on the front end, back-ending into Multibass itself, and then showing you some of the advanced kind of aggregation data analysis functionality that's possible. The second solution I want to talk about is our cross-chain digital asset bridge, which we call Looking Glass. This is, again, launching very soon. It's in closed beta at the moment on Ethereum mainnet and Binance Smart Chain. We're going to have support for other blockchains in the future. Basically, this allows you to move digital assets between two blockchains. So ERC, let's say 721 or 1155 from Ethereum mainnet over to Binance Smart Chain. I'm going to show you a very fast demo of what this looks like. So here we have the Looking Glass dashboard. For example, let's say we want to transfer 100 of these MT tokens from our Curvegrid test network to our Binance Smart Chain test network. I'm going to click transfer. It's going to say, are you sure that you want to proceed with this? It's going to pop up for an approval. I'm going to confirm that. And we can see here we have the transaction is now pending on the BSC testnet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch networks over to my BSC testnet. And this is all happening on localhost, of course, because we're in a development environment. Just going to refresh this, and let's go take a look at the dashboard. What we're seeing now is the actual one of the administrators' views, right? So one of the complexities with cross-chain bridging is you have the owners of digital assets, NFTs. You have those that operate as in a relayer function, and then at the third layer of governance, you have the administrators, right? So we've just gone from basically on the not on the dashboard or on the homepage. This is me moving for example, my in-game items. Now I'm going to the dashboard as a relayer to essentially approve this move. Of course, this can be automated with hardware security wallets or hardware security modules or enterprise wallets. I'm going to approve this move now. And it's now being approved. And I'm going to confirm and execute it as well, signing an additional transaction. It's now being executed, and we see that has been transferred. So this is the second level of governance, the kind of the operational piece. The last piece of this is essentially adding and removing additional relayers and administrators. What we have here, for example, is we have two administrators. Amanda has already been added on the Curvegrid test network. We now want to add her as well on the Binance Smart Chain network. So we're going to click Add. We're going to get another pop-up. Essentially, what we're doing here is this is actually composing and managing not only the smart contracts involved with the bridge, but actually a Gnosis multisig smart contract. Everything I've shown you so far is completely decentralized, but all of the complexity is being hidden behind Looking Glass web UI and the Looking Glass backend. So this is a small taste of what's possible with Multibass. with our spreadsheet plugin, some of our data analysis tools, as well as Looking Glass, our cross-chain digital asset portal. If you think you might be interested in speaking more, please do reach out to us. You can find us on our website, contact@curvegrid.com, or on all the usual social media networks. So thank you. I'll hand it back to Serena now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jeff. I really enjoyed the presentation because I think it's, it explains really well what Curvegrid does and how these can be applied to different use cases. I don't see any question right now, but if you do, please save them for later. We'll be happy to respond to any of your questions through our social media channels. So thanks again, Jeff, for joining the BGA. And we'll see you soon. Our next speaker for today is Jamie Thomson. So hello, Jamie. Welcome.
Serena, how are you today?
Very good, thank you, and welcome to the BGA. So feel free to share your screen when you're ready, and we'll start with your presentation now.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, I haven't got like some sort of PowerPoint presentation. I'm just going to show a few screenshots of where we're at, so you get an idea. So VulcanVerse is a product I'm going to be talking about today. Actually, I'm the CEO of Vulcan Forge, which is actually we're a blockchain DApp studio. We're already very established. We've got 10 games. We've got a marketplace, I think, with $15 million value NFT marketplace at the moment. So we're quite strong in the gaming space, but VulcanVerse is our main baby that we're releasing this year. So that's currently in alpha, open alpha. People can see it. So 10 minutes is really not a lot to sort of explain where we're at, but I'll do my best. So VulcanVerse is this Greco-Roman fantasy world. Sort of the idea is that Vulcan was sick of the puny mortals sort of worshipping their false gods and technology. So he came down and gave them these tools to make their own world. So it's a metaverse. It's you've got Decentraland, Sandbox, that kind of thing. But ours is a lot more sort of it's a standalone app. It's a lot more complex in its building and terraforming and stuff. So you've got your 4 quadrants of Boreas, Arcadia, the sand, the deserts, the underworld. What we've done is the land itself is actually that's tiny, tiny, tiny. You can't really see from there, but the land is actually it's divided up into 10,000 plots. So the green plots here are NFTs. The land sold out about 6 months ago, so everyone owns a plot of land. Now the great thing about this is that all the lore and the stories are written by fighting fantasy authors. They did all the choose your adventure books. So there's massive lore written for each of these quadrants and Vulcanites. And I say Vulcanites because Vulcanites are these creatures you have in world. So to give you an example of one of these, so this is Alpha of the Deep Forest. So if you have land in Arcadia, you can get an Arcadian Vulcanite, such as Alpha and a wolf. And these creatures can forage, they can spy, they can attack, they can defend. So what we're really doing, the idea is to kind of bridge gaming, MMO gaming, with decentralized worlds. So instead of the usual pixelated sort of voxel land ideas, we're really going into sort of World of Warcraft territory. Now, one of our strongest assets we have is the terramorphing tool. So to give you an idea, for example, this is a plot of land. Someone made this literally by making it out of the earth, so you can really sort of really be creative in what you make. All the Vulcanites are in-game creatures. So this is the Elio card. She flies and attacks. So the NFT Vulcanite you use can be used across all our games. But yeah, so here's an inventory screen where you can choose which house to build. And the idea is each of these lands has levels, you see. So you start at level 1. So let's have a look at a level 1 plot. Oh, this is a nice one. This is an Arcadia plot. So you'll start with, in the grasslands, a level 1 plot. You have the basics like picnic tables and houses and and trees. Now, our token PYR, which is already launched and on Polygon and on the exchanges and all that stuff, and that wasn't a shield, a little bit of a shield, but you stake the PYR in the land, and as the more you stake into the land, the higher the levels go. So as you get up the levels a bit more, you can build more advanced things, like for example, this castle in Notus in the deserts. Or you can have more control over the inside of your buildings. So in a nutshell, VulcanVerse is very much sort of the MMO gaming combined with blockchain ownership of your land, and it's a standalone application, so it's not in the browser. And we've got some really cool people involved in there. We've got the gorillas doing the music for it. But as I said, we've got the fighting fantasy authors behind it. We're partnered with Arcane and Polygon, and we're already running. So the only thing I could say for this presentation is just come to the VulcanVerse Discord and get involved. It's a great community, thousands of us, a lot of fun, a lot of lore, a lot of fantasy, monsters fighting, and everything's NFTs. Everything's NFT based. So if you own one Vulcanite creature, you can use him or her across all the games and fight in our other games. For example, this is Forge Arena, another game we've got where you can attack your Vulcanites against one another. We've even got, I think, 3D chess with our Vulcanites. So anyway, we're a gaming studio first and blockchain after, and I think this whole sort of decentralized pixel, voxel, everything on chain thing. I think it's not. I don't think it's the future. I think NFTs and digital ownership, blockchain ownership, definitely is. But we're trying to combine the gaming with blockchain, and I think that's my 10 minutes up. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, Jamie. That was fabulous. Thank you. There's lots of engagement and a lot of questions. So I'm going to go straight to some of them. So somebody was asking about what's the engine behind the game?
Unity 3D. Everything's in Unity 3D, but we connect using an Arcane white label. So you log in like an email from the actual standalone app. And then your NFTs get pulled out from Polygon, and yeah, we go from there. So through Unity is the answer.
Perfect. Next question is about how many games are currently in the VulcanVerse universe?
We've got 10 games. We've got like Berserk, which is like a Hearthstone game. We've got Forge Arena, chess, Block Babies, some third-party games, around 9 or 10, I'd say for now.
Perfect. And somebody's then asking how many you're planning in the VulcanVerse. I don't know if that's a different number.
How many are we planning?
Games you're planning.
We got
to have one.
All right, 20 by the end of the year. I think the Vulcan Forge is not just our games. Many games come to our system, and we offer funding, technical help. So if you've got a game idea and you want to NFT or blockchainize it, put it on blockchain. Come to us. We've got a team of about 52 or something now, stupid, and we can help make it happen.
Perfect. Couple of more questions. Who designed VulcanVerse assets, and can I build and sell assets?
Everything's done in-house. We're based in Greece. There's 9 of us in-house here. We've got UK and Ukraine, so everything's bespoke. And yes, we've got VulcanVerse stores. You could, if you fit the technical requirements, you could build assets and sell them. And obviously that's a big sort of money earner if you get a niche. For example, tavern tables in wood for Arcadia, you could sell. So yeah, your imagination is your only limitation.
Thank you. And last question for you is, will there be quests in VulcanVerse?
Yeah, we set our own quests, but even better than that, we allow users to create their own quests. So you actually get rewarded PYR, peer, ancient Greek for fire, our token. If you set a quest in the world and someone signs up to do it, you get rewarded PYR every time someone signs up. So there's an incentive to literally live your own quest, make your own quests, and bridge that sort of fantasy gaming bridge.
Super. And very last question, can people actually then make NFTs?
Yes, yeah, our engine is completely gasless, feeless, cryptoless. We do everything on the back end. You own the keys. You literally just put in your fields, your variables, your image, you mint it, choose the edition amounts, and if it's safe for work and it fits in with the law, then you sell it on our marketplace and get started.
Super. Well, that was it for the presentation. Thank you so much. That's been extremely exhaustive on how you show the game, and there's lots of excitement. So thank you so much, Jamie, for joining the BGA and for being with us today.
Pleasure. Thank you, Serena.
Thank you. We're moving on to introduce NFTSwaps. Hello. Hey, how is it going?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Yes. Just try and keep your mic maybe closer.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, much better. Thank you. Wonderful. So we're going to hear from NFTSwaps. So I'm just going to bring up your screen. Here we go. You can go onto full screen if you want, and stage is yours.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm coming. Hello, everyone.
We can hear you.
Okay. So.
And we can see your slides. All good.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Gideon, and thanks for having me today. I'm going to be presenting NFTSwaps and what we are trying to do at NFTSwaps. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. So, thanks.
Once again, thank you very much from my team. I'm going to be representing NFTSwaps, Blockchain for Africa NFTSwaps. And today I'll be talking about what we are trying to do at NFTSwaps. Going through our slides quickly, we will start with an introduction of who we are. So we are Blockchain for Africa Limited, registered by one of our co-founders by 2018, and we are working on two NFT products. That's NFTSwaps and NFT Pad. The goal is to make sure to ensure that NFTs are eventually adopted, through our products. One of our co-founders was figuring out a way to after working on his first project, we're figuring out a way to make gaming dApps profitable, and we came across NFTs, and from then we've decided to work on products as we choose and as we desire, based on what we think is possible. What are NFTs? Quickly, NFTs are non-divisible assets. You can have like your Twitter page, your house, an house, a car. My house is not the same thing as your house. Same thing as your car. My car is not the same as your car. Different plate numbers, different colors, and whatnot. NFTs are very useful assets. Very useful assets. You could use them for just about anything. For gaming, they are non-divisible tokens. They carry this information, contents that make them distinguished from one another, and thus they are very highly useful assets. Maybe a music, an art, a music, a piece of music, a digital content, a music digital content. You have an MP3, video assets also, video content, I mean, MP4. It's a social contract from the creator. There's always a creator and to the community. So what are the problems we are trying to solve? There are two basic problems we are trying to solve. We have the NFT liquidity problem and the pricing problem. The problems for liquidity are four-dimensional. You have in a liquidity network, you have the liquidity provider and the liquidity seeker. So the first, there are four characteristics, and the problems are still valid for all the 4 dimensions, the NFT problems. If you see DeFi, basically DeFi liquidity networks, for instance, they've been able to solve the 4 DeFi liquidity problems. So we are, for the NFT, in the domain of the NFTs, we have 4-dimensional liquidity problem. From discovery, the first thing in a liquidity network that should happen is the liquidity provider to be able to, the liquidity seeker should be able to find a liquidity provider. So there's an NFT liquidity problem in the discovery zone, in reputation also getting how the reputation of a liquidity seeker, finding out what is beliefs, finding out the beliefs of the NFT seekers towards the various NFT providers. They have to, you have to rank the different seekers. You have projects like Upshot that is solving, that is helping in solving reputation problems, using the question answer model. So we have also the programmability of NFT liquidity and the security. How long, programmability, you talk about the different aspects, the time, the depths, and whatnot. Then in security, you talk about how long the NFT liquidity provider has been holding the liquidity, and whether or not, if there are history of acts. And then we talk about NFT price discovery. NFTs are normally expensive. The only mechanisms we have out there, we have the auction mechanisms to auction NFTs. So there is a problem in pricing. There's a problem in NFT prices. So the problems we are trying to solve can be summarized into two. The liquidity problem. There's not enough liquidity for NFTs generally, although we see many NFTs sell at very high prices. There's not enough liquidity. The problem is valid in the 4-dimensional, the 4 dimensions, the 4 characteristics of the NFT liquidity space. And we also have problems as regards price discovery. So what is NFT swaps? NFT swaps basically is a non-fungible to fungible swaps platform. Anything involved in we are working towards being a full-blown non-fungible to fungible swaps platform. We are trying to make the process very easy. You can tokenize your NFTs. We are a multi-chain platform, a multi-chain protocol, starting from Binance Smart Chain, more specifically, because we have fewer competitions in that aspect. And then we'll move to Ethereum. Then later on we could talk about full-blown cross-chain interoperability. Then it's a permissionless platform. You don't need to take any permission from anybody. You can list your NFTs on NFTSwaps, and right away you could tokenize them, get token equivalents of your NFTs, which you can now trade on AMMs such as PancakeSwap. And yes, so how the platform works, we are launching with the NFT swaps version 1.01, and basically we can break the how it works into two. We have the first case where James has BattleBet NFTs. Hold on. Oh shit. I'm coming. Hello. Sorry, I lost the screen. Please hold on. Let me
You can try again if you want. Just share your screen again if you like.
I'm sharing it again. 1 minute, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, it's coming up now. Here we go.
All right, I'm coming.
We can see the screen.
Sorry. All right. So sorry for
Perfect.
the quick delay. The quick delay. Where was I? I was at the how it works. Um, so how it works, there are two cases for how the NFT swaps platform version 1.01 works. So we have James as part-to-bet NFTs. That's when you own the NFTs and you want to convert them to token equivalent of your NFTs, such that it becomes immediately like a fungible token. So you say James has battle bet NFTs, but nobody wants is battle pets using auction mechanisms. We have situations where you auction out your NFTs and you stay there for hours. You're not able to find a seller, you're not able to buy and find a buyer in whatever case. So yes, then James Swaps is Battle Pet NFTs for Pet X. So Pet X is a token representation of Battle Pets on NFT swaps. So after he converts to Pet X, he can now convert using Pancake Swap on our UI. So there's a 1% fee when swapping from sorry, there's a 1% fee. Instead of going to pancake swap UI interface, you can just swap the participant token representation BetX. You can swap it once a way using the NFT swaps interface. And you know like I said, PetX is a token representation of battle pet NFTs on NFT swap. So we have case two. Now Sandra wants Patu Pet NFTs, but she has BNB, so she can just go straight to our website, convert BNT to BNB to PetX, and she's able to get NFTs, any NFTs. So the contract randomly picks a random NFT from you from the NFT assets pool. You understand? So you in a case whereby you have several types of NFT in the NFT pool, you wouldn't get you cannot determine which of the NFTs you will get. So why will you use NFT swaps? You can tokenize, you can convert your NFTs to token representations. So therefore, you can tokenize your NFTs to Bet20. We are using Bet20 because we are starting on Binance Smart Chain, and then you can get better prices for your NFTs in such a manner. And then more liquidity because it's the token representation is now fungible, and faster swaps instead of having to wait for an auction for someone to pick up your auction. You can just swap the PetX, receive the token representation, then swap to BNB. It's a step process. And talking about what we have in the future, we have the swaps, then we have liquidity backed NFT funding, like a fundraising interface, NFT swaps, the same way fungible launchpad for fungible tokens work. You have launchpad for NFTs, but it's backed by liquidity. So the creator, just as normal launchpad, decentralized launchpad, well, the creator needs to specify an amount of funds raised to liquidity. So in partnership with NFT swaps, you can now have NFT backed liquidity. It's a standard that 30% of your funds raised on NFT swaps on NFT pad must be locked. So you have claims, physical claims. This is also an aspect we are going to be diving out in future. Then we have NFT votes, because some of the NFTs are going to be eventually trapped on NFT swaps. The asset pool can function as an NFT vote. You can also build some other stuffs on top, NFT swaps. We have art NFTs also. We're also going to be innovating around art NFTs. Art NFTs are not unlike collections. They are most of the time they are not plenty. You can just have an artist release one single art NFT, and Yeah, we can talk about swaps token too. Swaps token. The token name is NFTSwaps. There's an 80% token bond. There's an 80% token bond, out of NFTSwaps platform revenue, 100% actually, but 80% is what is bonds. 100% of platform revenue goes to buying swaps and 80% is bonds. We have a very small supply, 2.8 million, and we already bought 200,000 swaps. And we talk about swap socks. These are physical socks backed by NFTs and by swaps NFTs. We partnered with Zeus to deliver these socks with wearable chips. And there are 183 swap socks address. We took a snapshot of swaps holders. There were 183 BNB addresses that were holding swaps, and a total of 2,297 stocks. That is 118. That's 1,897 swap stocks. Counting the admin. We are going to have about 400 swap stocks in the assets pool, and about 200 of these success tokens will go to liquidity. We're going to announce how we'll be utilizing the rest of the 200 swaps, admin swaps, and we have 4 badge 1 addresses. The swaps are going to be minted in 2 badges. 4 we kept a condition, and about 4 that those that bought 15 BNB in the community raise, we did a community raise. About 4 addresses will be able to mint them in badge 1, and there are 134 total badge 1 socks. Just 4 people will be able to mint them initially. The remaining people, the remaining holders will be able to mint in badge 2, and we'll be announcing more competitions. Then we have socks X tokens. So the aim of swap socks is to serve as the first NFT to be listed on NFTSwaps. So more like teaching people how to use the platform. And socks X tokens they are the token representation of swap socks NFT on NFTSwaps, basically. So there will be a mining program. Peeps will be able to, community members, whoever is interested, will be able to mine swaps token using swap socks LP token. That's all for the presentation. We hope to come up with more demo of our testnet platform. I could share my screen.
Thank you. Is there any website or social media where we can follow the news?
Yes, NFTSwaps.io. I'm not able to.
Perfect. Yeah, it's also here on the screen.
NFTSwaps.io. I'm coming.
Yeah. I think we have it already on the scrolling text. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's wonderful to hear about all the different initiatives and projects you have upcoming. So definitely keep us informed, and welcome to the BGA again. We're moving on to Miguel Gomes, who's going to tell us more about GG DApp. So welcome, Miguel.
Hi everybody. Hi, Serena, and thank you once again. I'm going to share my screen.
Sure, yes. Wonderful to have you, and welcome to the BGA. So we're going to learn more about GG DApp and
GG
adding
DApp,
your
exactly.
screen now. Here we go.
Can you see it?
Yes, just go on to full screen presentation so that we can see better.
It's full screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Let me try again. Can you see it now? Full screen?
We can see, but it's quite small. I'm not entirely sure. I'm doing.
Can you see it?
I think it's presenting to your other screen if you have two monitors.
No, it's just one monitor.
Try double click or maybe on the. I'm not sure because I normally use Google Drive. I mean, we can see it. So, yeah.
I will stop sharing and share again my screen.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Jeff, for helping.
So, can you see it now? Bigger? No.
Yes, same size, but that's fine. We can start.
Yeah. How about now? It's the same?
Yeah, still the same.
And is it changing slides?
No.
No. Okay. So give me one final try. Sorry.
Of course, yes, no problem. And thank you, everyone, for bearing with us.
No problem. So one final time. Is it better now?
Yes, we got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Well done, Miguel. Thank you. Stage is yours.
No problem. Hi again, everyone. My name is Miguel Gomes. I'm a computer engineer from Lisbon, Portugal. And I'm also an avid gamer. And I'm the co-founder of Tokenwise. That's a blockchain gaming startup based here in Lisbon. And also of the DApp project. It's our main project. And so today I'm going to talk about the problem that we are trying to solve, our solution, an overview of DApp, and then our two current gaming projects that will be the first integrations of DApp, a game called Pirates 2048, and also Sim Thunder by Sim Racer Coin, that is a sim racing assets marketplace, and also sim racing manager game. And finally, I'm going to also speak about our partners. So regarding the traditional problem in gaming, it's the pay-to-win models, where the player that usually pays more in a free game ends up having the advantage. So in reality, the games are not really free. Of course, the in-game advertisement, the painful in-game advertisement, and finally, there is no real ownership of the game assets that you own in a traditional game. So these are the problems we see in the traditional gaming, and there's also problems in the crypto gaming, in the blockchain-based gaming, and one of the most important for us is the complex onboarding, especially for non-crypto users. It's still difficult in many occasions to start playing one of these blockchain games and everything that is necessary to start playing. And also there is an entry barrier for indie developers because it's because of the complexity of the blockchain technology. It makes it difficult for these indie developers to get their games blockchain based. And so our solution is to focus in play to earn, in games where the player spends its time and skills to earn crypto and NFTs instead of paying to win. We want to focus on easy onboarding for non-crypto users, focusing on a simple user interface, as simple as possible, to enable people almost to forget they are playing a blockchain game. And finally, we want to create a kind of gaming ecosystem that rewards players, developers, and investors. and that makes it easier for indie developers to get their games into this ecosystem. And so this brings us to our main project, DApp. That is a gaming plus DeFi ecosystem with NFTs at its core. And basically, we want to create a kind of success sharing ecosystem. And we want to reward everyone that makes a game or a gaming project to be a success. We want that everybody receives part of its success. So we identify three main actors that help a game to be a success. These are the players, of course, but also the developers and the ones who invest and who help in the creation of a game. And so with this ecosystem, we want that part of the earnings of every game in the ecosystem goes to these three actors that help a project to be a success. And we want to integrate our own games, but also make it possible for external developers, especially indie developers, to integrate their games in this ecosystem and benefit from the network effect. And regarding our own games, we want to focus on simple but fun game formats that are user-friendly for non-crypto users. Put that focus on the UX, on the user interface, to make the user forget he's playing a blockchain game as much as possible. And of course, we want to reward everyone that plays the game with crypto and NFTs, and also help the non-crypto users to get educated in blockchain by playing our games. And so this is a kind of overview of what the ecosystem looks like. Basically, as a gamer, you will be able to play the games to earn crypto and NFTs. You will be able to receive rewards in the token that is the token of this ecosystem called GG token. So by your skill and time that you put into each game, you will receive rewards in a GG token. As a developer, you can integrate your game in our ecosystem and also receive rewards from all the games in the ecosystem. And finally, as an investor or liquidity provider, you can provide liquidity and, of course, receive a GG token in return. And with GG token, you can then use the staking DApp and stake your GG token to earn more GG token from the game sales or transaction fees of the gaming platforms. And currently, we are already developing two games or two gaming projects that will be the first integration of GG DApp. One is called Pirate 2048. This is a browser-based pirate ship battle game. It's inspired in a Waterworld movie. We have an early beta at this address. Basically, it doesn't have all the features, but in the game you will be able to to pick NFTs from the sea, also crypto, engage other pirates, of course, in battle. And at the end of the year, the best players will be able to participate in the grand tournament that we wish that every year the prize will be bigger. And also, by playing the game, you'll be able to earn, to pick these collectibles from the sea, these NFTs. Some will represent parts of the story. We will discover slowly parts of the story of the game by picking these NFTs from the sea. There will be also pirate characters that you have to onboard in your ship, so that you can then board other ship and battle against other pirates. Yeah, this is in resume. It's Pirates 2048, our one of the first integrations in GGDApp. This is one of the pirate characters that you will be able to carry in your pirate ship. And then we have the other project in development. It's Sim Thunder by Sim Racer Coin. This is actually two projects. One is a sim racing assets marketplace for sim racers. Sim racing is virtual motorsports, online competitions using racing simulators, and there are several items that are really important for sim racers. For example, car setup files. These are files with mechanical adjustments for the car that can make the difference between winning or losing a race. And so in this sim racing assets marketplace, we will have this kind of items. We will also have NFTs representing car ownership in private leagues, also skins. You can have exclusive paint in your car. This will be also available in this marketplace, among other collectibles related to sim racing. And then we'll have a private league management game, where besides driving in a private league, you can also be a kind of team manager, and you have to deal with the budget of your team. And by winning races, of course, we will earn more crypto, and then you will also have to deal with damage of the car and its parts, so this is the second sub project of Sim Thunder and Sim Racer Coin. And you also have a private beta for Sim Thunder that was launched recently, that you can visit in this address and request access if you are a holder of GG token or Sim Racer Coin. Regarding our partners, we are partnered with the Polygon. We started this partnership with Pirates 2048, being part of a Matic developer and build and earn program. We then extended this partnership for GGDApp. We are also partnered with Cartesi. We were one of the 3 teams that got into the DApp incubation program of Cartesi, and we've been developing Sim Thunder, the sim racing assets marketplace, in partnership with Cartesi. That is still ongoing. And finally, we are partner also with Nulls. We are part of their a credit mining program, where participants can stake nulls and earn GG token in the process. And we have and RC20 representation of our token that will help in the future our token to be more interoperable between different blockchains, between Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, for example. And yeah, that's it from my side. Here's my contacts, and thank you everybody for your time and for watching this presentation. And feel free to contact, to reach out, and ask questions.
Thank you, Miguel. Yes, thank you so much. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining the BGA and telling us more about your wonderful projects. So we'll keep up to date with all the news around your projects and development through our BGA channel. So follow us on Discord, Telegram, Twitter, and everywhere where you find news about the BGA. And our website is definitely the best place to go for looking all the past articles and members and companies that have joined the BGA this year. I also want to renew the invite to the demo day that we're going to be hosting this coming Friday. So we'll be announcing that very shortly. So there's going to be giveaways and lots of prizes being announced. So feel free to join us on Friday this week at 4 p.m. Central European Time. And once again, thank you from myself, Sebastien, and the BGA team. Welcome to the BGA, and we'll see you very soon on our channels. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the BGA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Take care.